Good afternoon, and welcome to lunch hour session. Um, I know you're very busy eating and enjoying yourself and good conversation. Dr. Chirono, good afternoon. Daktari yuko tayari? Okay. I just want to get our attention because she gets really excited. Once more, we thank you for being here. This lunch is sponsored by ADP, the payroll people, but they do more than that. They are here. I'd like to bring them to the stage. They're two of the most greatest people I know, Kobe Boone and his partner, Melanie Mingo. She's a person to see. Please come to the stage. Welcome, Melanie. It's great
Thank
to have
you.
you here.
Thank
Kobe,
you.
take the stage. It's your moment. Thank you for being partners and sponsors for this event. We look forward to working with you. Thank
Absolutely. Thank you, Benson. Yeah. All right. Well, good afternoon. I'm excited to be a part of y'all's lunch portion here. I am your lunch entertainment. Benson asked me to start off with a few flips, so I've already stretched out and I'm ready to go. No, I'm just kidding. Because then he has to follow me and do flips after me, so I didn't want to do that to him. But
It'd be ugly.
we're excited to talk to you guys a little bit today about the new normal and kind of what's coming in regards to payroll and liability, and how we're kind of stepping in and really trying to help businesses when it comes to that at ADP.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
Next slide.
oh. Is it going? Oh, okay. Here we go.
There we go.
So these are the pieces that we're going to be touching on today. So new talent shortage, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then more HR complexity. So with everything that we've dealt with in the past year, what's come about is as the rules and regulations have changed, so too has the way that we interact with our employees and get those rules and regulations out to them in the quickest, most effective way possible, right? So even now, as we're kind of re-engaging and returning to work, what does that look like, and how can we utilize technology to get that information to our employees so that they know how they can stay safe in the workplace, and what employers are doing to really champion that role and say, hey, we welcome you back. We're trying to get back to the new normal, but here are some things that come with that. So the new talent shortage. So obviously we saw a lot of people have to exit business at the beginning of COVID, and kind of as we're returning, what we're seeing is a lack of people ready to come back to work in some industries. And so some of that talent shortage is shown here. So 9 million current job openings. That's a U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics statistic. And then 93% of owners that are hiring or trying to hire reported fewer no qualified people. So one of the things that we're trying to do is really assist businesses with how do you find talent and how do you find the right talent? Because there are people out there, but really using technology to bridge that gap and make sure you get the right people in your organization and then keep them there is so very important to the success of the business. And then most recently is the Great Resignation. So 40% of workers are thinking about quitting their jobs or have already. So it's kind of become an employee's market in a way, because they have choices, right? If a bunch of businesses are looking for people, then as an employee, you have options. You have places to go, and they're looking at new and different things in terms of who to pick. So some of it is what it's always been, right? Oh, who's going to give me the largest salary? But what we're finding is a lot of employees are looking for more than that. So what is the salary? What are my hours? Hey, I've been working from home now for the past year and a half. What does my flexibility look like? How do I engage with my employer? And then what are the benefits? Whether those are hard benefits like retirement and HR, or whether those are more of the soft benefits like flexible work hours or different business opportunities where, you know, hey, you can get a discount on childcare services or things like that. So really looking at how you can separate yourself as a business owner and become an employer of choice.
Awesome.
As we've seen with COVID, a lot of what has happened has affected minority communities more than any other. So we saw that in regards to PPP, where a lot of minority businesses didn't have the infrastructure and reporting behind them to apply and get as much of the money that was out there. And then we've also seen it when it comes to the unemployment, where it is also a lot of our community that are looking for those new jobs and trying to find their place in this new work environment. So women specifically, the participation rate has hit a 33-year low when it comes to women, specifically diverse women communities, and how we can really be a champion for those groups and ensure that the policies, the work efforts that you have in place, are they making a really good work environment for the diverse women that are both in your company and ones that are to come. And the last piece there is gender diverse companies are 21% more likely to outperform less diverse counterparts. So if you already have a diverse company, how can you keep that? And then how can we, and how can we increase that diversity across the board? So making sure that our companies are, first and foremost, obviously you're there to make money and you're able to do that, but are you able to get the right employees in place to grow your business and to really grow with you? And a lot of that starts with knowing the data, knowing the statistics, and being able to put things in place to help continue to make you a profitable business. All right. And the last piece here is really important because it's something that not a lot of people realize. So ADP is always known for being big business, right? You see ADP associated with the Walmarts and the Macy's of the world and all of that. But what I do, and I've been at ADP for 9 years, and what Colby does is specifically related to small business a lot of times, and really starting with businesses as little as 1 employee. Because what we found is although large businesses have a ton of compliance needs, a ton of HR needs, what we find is the small businesses need the exact same thing, but they don't have the people in the departments to be able to handle it. So it puts a lot more pressure on the business owners of those smaller companies to make sure you're staying in compliance. So as you can see in this compliance continuum here, although yes, there's a lot more for the larger companies, even for a really small company, making sure that you're paying the taxes, paying them the correct way, paying them on time. There are lots of things that go into payroll and tax liability and staying in business than just, hey, my people got paid on time. So one of the things as we're stepping into the new normal that we've noticed is a lot of companies would say before this, hey, my employees got paid, I'm taken care of, right? Like, I don't need ADP, everyone got their paycheck. And what we're seeing is that it's a lot more than that. Did they get their paycheck on time? Yes, but what about all the back end research, the data, the reporting? What does that look like? And so we're really wanting to have conversations to really take a look at that. And more than anything, really lean into the compliance that we're seeing continue to grow as the world changes, evolves, and more rules and regulations come into place. So I am going to hand it over to Colby for him to talk to you guys a little bit more about what the HR piece of that looks like. Colby.
That was amazing, Melanie. Thank you so much. I will try to be as competitive as the great food that you're eating right now, for sure. So we'll go to our next slide. All right, so ADP HR outsourcing. There is so many companies that are out there who provide payroll and tax services, right? But where ADP really sets the game apart in the 75 years of us being an industry leader is when it comes to our outsourcing. So let's go to the numbers. Only 2 U.S. private sector companies serve more employees than us, and that is Walmart at 2.3 million, Amazon at 798,000, and ADP TotalSource, which is our core employment platform that has over 500,000 folks that are on the actual platform. And what we're able to do with our ADP TotalSource is much like a different traditional platform is be able to help companies that are offering health benefits, a 401k retirement plan to their individuals to really streamline that process. So instead of a business owner wearing 10 to 15 different hats inside their company, really outsource that to ADP. That way they can have a more streamlined, more effective, and more competitive company where millennials like myself will be willing to join the ranks of that workforce and stay with that company longer, which helps with their SUI rates and other things later down the line. Some of the points that we want to touch on this particular slide, as you'll see, is delivering Fortune 10 quality benefits. So what we're talking about here is traditional, maybe we would call mom and pop companies that may have 1 to 10 employees, now leveraging ADP, being able to have the same benefits as a Fortune 500 company as we have with that particular model. Step 2 is offering top flight 401k plans, which we use as well, and providing attractive employee perks. So as Melanie mentioned before, one of the things that actually attracted me initially to ADP was having different discount programs to go out to Macy's, to go out to different stores. So a lot of the large name brands and retailers that you see that are our actual clients as well, we have special discount programs that we can offer to our clients through that platform as well. I'll jump to the next slide. I'll go a little bit deeper. So DE&I, so diversity, equity, and inclusion, that is a huge topic across the board right now. And ADP is making sure that we're not only talking the talk, but we're actually walking the walk, much like we're doing today, with getting engraved with the chambers, affiliations, and associations that are engraved into our diverse communities. What you can see here on the first slide is adjusted gender pay gap. So 76 of 253 employees have potential gender pay gaps. Adjusted the race ethnicity pay gap, 94 of, looks like 253 employees have potential pay gaps across ethnic lines. I can tell you that a lot of the conversations that we're having now with our accounting partners, much like Benson himself, are asking, hey, companies are coming to us right now and they're asking, how can we change the face of our front line? This is what it's traditionally looked like. How can we attract top talent from diverse groups to make our company more competitive? And what we understand about diversity, equity, inclusion is that when we have more diverse companies that can engrave themselves into the community at large and have different faces that look like the world, business wins in general. So the goal there is how can we do good and also be good at the same time? So going into navigating some of those HR complexities, we've most recently seen in the United States, of course, the mask mandates, as well as vaccinated, non-vaccinated mandates for companies that are over 100. But there's also throughout COVID been many things such as PPP that we mentioned in the previous panel as well, and helping companies with navigating that legislation. So I'm just going to stop right here and say this to everybody. Nobody expects business owners to be experts in every aspect of business. If you are in construction, you got into construction to be an expert of construction. I see a hat of my man over here. If you are in the healthcare industry and you started your firm, you are an expert in healthcare. The goal of ADP is to ensure that all the other hats you can outsource to a $14 billion company with 75 years of experience to ensure that's one less thing that you have to worry about in navigating and managing your company. The goal is not only to start, but to grow and to scale and to employ other members of the community at large. All right, so this is our ADP marketplace. Melanie absolutely loves this, so I wanted to touch on this just a little bit.
Yep. So aside from just ADP and the benefits, kind of like what I was saying, there's so many other benefits. So ADP partners with lots of companies that offer different things that we don't and that we can't specialize in, right? If we can outsource to a company that is already doing things that are great for our employees and our vendors, then why not? So these are 3 examples here of a lot of the businesses that are helping for this specific industry. So Hello Team, what they do is they help with comprehensive performance tools. So keeping your employees engaged, especially if you have a workforce that may be half at home and half in the office, how are you keeping them engaged, managing their performance, and keeping that conversation alive, even if you're not face-to-face? The next one, Curo. So this is really going to help with those pay gaps and those equity trends. So you being able to look at the data and say, hey, there is a really big gap in between our male and female employees, or there is a really big gap with different ethnicities within our company, and being able to make changes from there because you have the data. And then the last one here is report it. So it is reducing potential liability claims. Obviously, there were a lot of people that had to file for unemployment over the past year. As an employer, how is that affecting your unemployment rate? Do you have the data to kind of go back and look at what's going on? Are you able to improve workplace safety? Are you able to help reduce potential liability claims and kind of see what's coming and how you can make changes now? So these are just 3 of the companies that are helping now. Something else is return to work when you're looking at, hey, Did you get a temperature check? How often are you getting COVID tests? Different things like that. There are a lot of companies that are doing great things in those places that we can bolt onto the ADP system and make sure that you have a complete view of what your company's doing and staying healthy, 100% 360 view.
That's wonderful, Melanie. I think what I would add to that as well is saying that for many of our companies who are here that are across seas, as well as those who are doing business within the United States, ADP has the bandwidth, the capacity, and the years of experience to create a solution that's specific to your needs. So we understand that there's different tax implications and things that are needed in other countries as well. We are a leader in our industry because we're able to address those tax needs, but also we understand that most importantly as a business owner, it's your team that you're trying to take care of. Is understanding where exactly your team is, how they're feeling, their morale, and things like Standout that's not on the screen right now, but other reports provide an opportunity that is underneath discretion where an owner can say, hey, I'm going through this right now in my family, or I need extra time, or I need coaching in this particular area. Can I schedule a meeting? And you'd be surprised how these things really help folks to retain their staff and keep their teams longer from jumping from company to company and really helping you to grow and scale your business. So we want to say thank you guys so much for your time today. We'll be here throughout the entire conference. We're so excited to be able to work with business owners at large and helping you to go to the next level.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is C.T. Mobley. I'm the Divisional Vice President of Small Business Services and Diverse Markets for ADP. On behalf of ADP, I'd like to say that we are thrilled to be participating and partnering with the East Africa Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to give a special thank you to Benson and Elsa for all of their hard work in making sure that this partnership was able to come to fruition. And although I'm not there with you today, I would tell you that you can rest assured that you are in good hands with Colby Boone, our Senior District Manager, and Melanie Mingo, our Sales Executive, and Melissa Felbab, our Area VP in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. These are three of the best people in the business of our small army of people throughout the country. If you don't mind, I'd like to speak off the cuff just for a second. In 2020, ADP made a decision to really lean into diverse markets and to support at a more granular, at a more ground level, those businesses that are fit within those categories. East Africa Chamber of Commerce is a part of that mission with us now. We are, as I said, excited and thrilled to be able to bring our resources to bear to support the success of every member within the Chamber. Moreover, it helps us on a larger mission of supporting communities that are near and dear to our hearts. So again, on behalf of ADP, we look forward to a momentous and fruitful relationship and ask that each of you help us in supporting the larger cause. Thank you.
got through last night sharing kind of the, my focus now is really in agriculture, but in places like Kenya, where 82% of the population have high levels of aflatoxin in their bloodstream.
So today was amazing, and I'm telling you, I don't know what to expect next year because everybody's so excited. They're loving what they're getting. The products are so great.
We want to be able to tell our community, wherever they're in the U.S., that there's a forum, there's a platform where they can come and engage and network and showcase and meet and mingle with other businesses as well as government and private.
You're going to be tired of seeing me today, and then you won't see me again. So thank you very much, ADP. We're going to have our closing remarks by Leslie Mulberry. Leslie Mulberry is the acting Chief Operating Officer for Prosper Africa. She has served in Rwanda before and Burundi. She has led development of new country development cooperation strategies established as a leadership initiative to empower staff and achieve greater development results. So Leslie could not be here, but she'll be talking to us virtually. So, and by the way, the caps you see there from ADP, they're all yours. Take them with you. There are plenty of them. It's part of the marketing material. So without further ado, Leslie Mulberry.
Greetings. My name is Leslie Marbury. I am the acting Chief Operating Officer for Prosper Africa. Congratulations to the East Africa Chamber of Commerce on hosting your 16th Annual Trade and Investment Summit in Dallas. It's an honor to be here with my colleagues to speak with all of you on behalf of the Prosper Africa Initiative. I recently joined the Prosper Africa team here in Washington, but have spent the majority of my career in Africa, most recently in Kigali, Rwanda. I am deeply committed to fostering shared economic prosperity between African nations and the United States. And it's an honor to speak to you today about Prosper Africa and the Build Together campaign. So what is Prosper Africa? It's a U.S. government initiative to substantially increase two-way trade and investment between African nations and the United States. So this includes trade and investment flows from the United States to Africa, as well as from Africa to the United States. The initiative brings together the full suite of U.S. government services and resources among 17 participating agencies to make it easier than ever before for businesses and investors to access this comprehensive package of U.S. government support in 4 key areas: market information, finance, deal support, and solutions to strengthen the business climate. By connecting U.S. and African companies with new opportunities, we are generating jobs, we're driving growth, and we're working towards our goal of true shared prosperity. And we're delivering on this mandate through Prosper Africa's 17 participating agencies, some of which you've heard from or will hear from throughout this conference. Since launching Prosper Africa 2 years ago, the U.S. government has helped businesses and investors close more than 800 deals across 45 African countries for an estimated value of over $50 billion in new exports and investment. And we're building on this momentum now, which is why we are here today. This next chapter of the Prosper Africa Initiative really sharpens our focus around the imperative to build back better from the global pandemic, and to do so as inclusively as possible with small and medium businesses. With the launch of the Prosper Africa Build Together campaign, The Biden-Harris administration has not only reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening two-way trade and investment in Africa, but the need to ensure diaspora businesses in the United States are supported in their business development effort on the continent. Moving forward, we look forward to energizing the United States' commitment to two-way trade and investment through the Prosper Africa Build Together campaign. Through this targeted long-term effort, we will connect U.S. and African businesses and investors with new opportunities in sectors ranging from healthcare to technology, and will connect businesses with the U.S. government tools to advance these opportunities. I'm convinced of the value of the U.S. government in advancing exports and increasing investment as part of Prosper Africa. And I see this commitment every day across our agency partners. The U.S. government offers more than 75 different trade and investment tools, and this can be very overwhelming to navigate. We have transaction advisors in Washington and at embassies across the African continent. They're available to work with you to develop a customized support package that connects you with the right tools to meet your particular business needs. I'd encourage those in the audience to visit our website, prosperafrica.gov, where you will find details of these tools and resources, and along with an email to reach out to our transaction advisors who are available to provide you with end-to-end support throughout the deal journey. Our transaction advisors are relationship builders, and they're really seeking to understand the needs of businesses and work one-on-one with you to provide customized links to the right tools, including some of those that you heard about today. And to offer you in closing just one example how the U.S. government is working with American companies to tap into African markets, we recently supported a partnership between Cisco and Cyberstation, a small cybersecurity startup based in Washington, D.C. Together, they won a major contract with the government of Burkina Faso to upgrade its internet infrastructure. Cyberstation CEO, who immigrated to the U.S. from Cameroon, combined his technical expertise with cultural fluency to identify this opportunity and develop the proposal. The partnership with Cisco sealed the deal. And Cisco's John Salmon has shared with us that being connected with Cyberstation enabled his company to see opportunities in smaller African markets where they otherwise would not have been looking. We understand that businesses don't invest in what they can't see, and this is why the U.S. government is so committed to making opportunities visible and fostering new connections. And events like this one help us do just that. I hope you will continue to engage with Prosper Africa and build these connections with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to let you know that I know the U.S. government, the new administration is very, very committed to working with the Africans and making Africa a better place and better partners for us. The Africa that we know is going to be constructed by us Africans, and the Africa that we want in the future is going to be constructed by us. Our resources are very important. Prosper Africa is very committed to working with us and making sure that the systems are working to facilitate trade. So you heard that from Leslie Marbury. That's what the new administration is looking to do. The session from here, we're going to go back to the sessions. And by the way, I know some of you will be traveling very soon back to your countries. We have COVID testing CPR, which you are allowed to have before you travel. They are being offered back there. If you go back, we're offering them here. And they're also rapid tests. They are here. The companies are testing those for you, so you don't have to. It's important you get that. You cannot travel without it. So make sure you take advantage of that particular test. We are gonna close out this session and come back to this area to complete the couple sessions left for the evening. And I think if you don't have this book, let's get it. But I think we have. Let me just remind you. I don't have them memorized like Laban normally does. So we're going to have a session on education and youth empowerment that will run. Of course, we're going to listen to our professor there. And then from that, we're going to have another session on real estate. And that will conclude the day. We're going to have an evening reception about 6 o'clock in the back open area, not outside, but inside, just where the vendors are. So you can finish your lunches and let's move. We're going to close this area out and we're going to move back to the area. So thank you so much for being with us. We're so excited to have you here. And we look forward to interacting with you more. Network, thanks.
My name is Peter Nyaga, MD Certified Homes. We are offering you a 360 degrees investment in real estate and properties. To start with, we are Favorite Gardens Nanyuki, where we are selling plots 50 by 100 at an offer price of 180,000 Kenya shillings. We are on phase 3, so don't be left out. Own a piece of Nanyuki, because Nanyuki is the fastest growing town in Mount Kenya region. Then we have Lumuluti James investment plot, whereby we are the only company that is offering you an investment. We are not selling you just bare land, we are selling you land which we've already planted hash avocado, macadamia and pawpaws. You are buying it as a package, quarter acre, 100 by 100 at a price of $500,000. And you know the demand of ash avocado and macadamia is in very high demand today in the world, and we can't meet that demand. We already have market for this product in China. So hurry up, book your investment plot in Lumuluti. Our mega project, Sukari Heights, we are at 90% sold, so only 10% is remaining. We have studios, we have 2 bedrooms and 3 bedroom plus SQ, a servant quarter, and it's a mixed-use development whereby we have having commercial space on ground floor. You have a supermarket like spa, salon, gym, banking services. Then from first floor to 10th floor, we have in the residential unit, starting from 2.95 million. So book your units today. Certified Homes is your investment partner, your most trusted real estate developer. Thank you so much.